So hi and welcome everyone. My name is Linda Evenden. This is one of my favourite events that we do. We call it Girls Just Want to Have Funs. I love this event because it's for women, by women, and it's very much about all of the things that we want to include more of in our masterpiece life. So more flexibility, more time freedom, better time management, more consistency, more health and vitality, more community was a really big one for me. I was also looking for incredible mentors to be surrounded by. You know, people who were up to great things was something that I was really craving as well. So we've got half an hour together and we are just going to knock your socks off because I get to spend this time with some beautiful hearts from all around the globe joining me today. My name is Linda Evenden. I'm a National Marketing Director with a company called the Juice Plus Company. I'm going to share a little bit about that in a moment. I'm also a mum of three. I have 3 kids. They're now older. It gets easier, ladies, with all of those babies crawling on you right now. I promise there's light at the end of the tunnel. I now have a 12-year-old, a 10-year-old, and an 8-year-old. And I am a nutrition coach and a life coach. I do lots of things on the side, but my primary passion is really bringing women together so we can magnify our purpose and community. So today we're going to hear a little bit about women who really are getting back in the driver's seat of their life, both with their energy and vitality, their time management, and also really designing and dusting off the dreams for that masterpiece life. Because so much in life we get in the have to and planning 1 week at a time. Whereas this is time for us to dream again, ask a little bit about what if, put ourselves back in the driver's seat to say, what do we really, really want to be doing on a daily basis in our life? Who do we want to be surrounded by? And what steps can we take to really bring more of that into our life? So I'm going to start off by sharing with you some health products. Let's just talk health for a moment. As we were waiting for everyone to come on in the background there, I just asked some of the girls, what's the top 1 or 2 things that you would really love to see improving your health if you could? And there's a really great mix of answers there on the side, you'll see. But better time management and stress management were really high up there. In fact, I'm probably a little surprised about that. I didn't know that that was such a thing out there at the moment. Focus and sleep, motivation, self-care time, focus, energy and joint pain, focus and clarity again, more sleep, everything, anything, consistency and energy. They keep coming up a lot as well. So how do we do it? How do we embrace better health? How do we put ourselves first? How do we take care of many of the other people around in our life? Just show of hands, I'm going to go to gallery view for a second. Who here is also responsible for someone else's health? Probably your husband, your partner, other little bodies running around the house. Yeah, it's a big, heavy responsibility, right? So often what I find for us women is we're often at the bottom of the list. Who's often at the bottom of the list? I'm hearing that just even from those comments. Right, so that was me. I knew that health was so important. Let me share a little bit about my story here quickly. When my health was taken away, I was working in a busy corporate career. Work was most important, doing all of those hours and doing a good job there is what took all of my focus. I thought I was doing a good job with my health, eating fruits and veggies and not too much meat, exercising sometimes. Whoops, someone's had a screen share. Let's have a look what's happening there. I will cancel the spotlight. I'm not sure who. Someone's sharing their screen, so I'm just wondering if I can somehow stop that from happening. No, I'm not sure. Can you guys still see me? Hopefully. Yes? Awesome. Okay, it stopped. So here's what I want to say about, where am I? Pin video. Okay. Here's what I want to say about finding that consistency for health. I struggled with that too. Even though I was doing a pretty good job, when you're working long hours, I really find that doing a good job is actually not good enough anymore. So, you know, what are some of the things that we're up against with giving our health the best shot? We heard it, time. What about what we're actually eating? Where's it coming from? How's it prepared? Are we all going out to our veggie garden, getting our 20 serves each day, herbicide, pesticide free, crunching on a lovely, delicious salad? No, right? Because we're busy. So it is grab and go. It is mostly from the supermarket, which is like what I think is one of the biggest challenges that we face, is supermarket food. It's not vine ripened, it's gassed, it's cold stored, it's chock full of herbicides and pesticides and all kinds of nasties. So our food chain is completely transformed in the last 60 years compared to what our parents and grandparents were eating. There's really no big mystery in how much disease has spiked in the last 60 years as well. We've never been more unhealthy. We've never been more overfed and undernourished. We are really at health crisis time. Do you guys think that the health of the globe is getting better or worse? Worse. And especially the kids. That's what really breaks my heart. So without being too much of a Debbie Downer, what I do want to really encourage us is when we can do small things every single day consistently in our health, it pays off. Right? When we really honor that body temple, what we eat affects how we feel. That's, you know, my story was I lost my health when I succumbed to mental health issues, depression and anxiety. And that's when I really started to value my health. And I made the link very quickly and very easily after eating nothing but raw whole food for a week. I felt on top of the world. I felt back in the driver's seat. I got my mojo back. My skin was shiny. My hair was curly. And I just got this passion back of, I got to remind people about the simple truth of what we eat on a daily basis does really affect how we feel and how we show up. It affects our relationships. It affects our energy levels. It affects our kids, all kinds of things. So we have discovered something pretty cool that really helps put you in the driver's seat, that helps us overcome the major hurdles of time, ease, cost, access, vine ripened, all of those good things on our fruit and veggies. So I just love sharing this product. I'm just going to the full screen. And I think I'm spotlighted. What I get to share is a fruit and veggie and berry concentrate. It's called Juice Plus. And literally is just like a juice. The pulp, the stems, the leaves, everything in a whole food is valuable nutrients. So the skin of the pineapple, you know, the stalks, the stems, all of these incredible nutrients are still contained within. So what I love is this company, Juice Plus, they came up with the most incredible way to extract, to crush and pulverize vine-ripened fruits, veggies, and berries grown in really rich, volcanic, amazing soil, really nutrient-dense, and do it really cold and really fast. And so what that means is we're able to capture the peak nutrients as much as possible. So it really is the next best thing to the actual fruit, veggie, and berry. So it goes through this cold process. It looks kind of like a slush. The water is removed. So most of the sugar is removed as well. So it's virtually no sugar. And what you're left with is all of the incredible nutrients from over 30 plus whole foods. So if you can imagine, what do you think you would expect to feel if you were adding in 3 different cold pressed juices into your body that was being absorbed straight away? Just show me in the chat box there. What would you expect to feel over coming weeks and months? I'd love to hear and see. We kind of all know how we feel when we go on these health kicks, right? Energy, definitely. I did notice this very quickly. I did notice my glowing skin. I used to have terrible skin. I used to suffer from adult acne. So I've still got some scarring that I'm getting lasered off whenever I can, front up for that pain. But less anxiety is a big one. I just couldn't imagine how much food matters to how much we feel on a daily basis. Better hair. What else? Glowing skin. Here's the other thing that I really love as a health coach. I love the craveability. Maybe that's a new word for some of you. The craveability. Our body wants to crave what we feed it on a daily basis. So the highest nutrient level that we're giving our body on a daily basis, our body keeps craving. So if we're in a funk, we're not doing a good job nutrition-wise, we kind of stay there. So I love that this is such a simple, easy, convenient, super affordable way to change the game really quickly, just in a matter of days and weeks. So what does it look like? If I hold all of these up, there's all these great colors, but what I have here in my hot little hands are these beautiful containers. And if you knew what I know about what's in these products, you'd never be a day without these little babies. I'm going to show you what they look like here on a white plate. I need to kind of go into this down mode. Can you guys see that there? Yeah, you can. So if I open up these capsules, in this one there's 10 veggies, kale, spinach, parsley, cabbage, the list goes on. In this one there's all these incredible berries, which are amazing for anti-inflammatory, our hormones, our blood, our heart, our blood sugar levels. This one is our good fats. So I definitely had no clue about how important good fats were until I had that bout of anxiety and depression. So I'll never be a day without these in my life. These essential fatty acids. Essential because our body doesn't make them. We have to eat them. We have to eat them from a really good, high quality, trusted source, not the fish. There's a lot of problems with fish oils. They're toxic. They have lots of heavy metals in them. Plus the over farming is not great. So all of these are 100% plants. So everything is from the ground or a tree, which I really love. And the other thing that's really important to know is the quality and the research behind these fruit and veggie concentrates. Are there any other science nerds out there? Just me? I know, there's so few, but I'm just going to indulge myself here for 30 seconds because I love going on about the research. This company is the most researched product of its kind on the planet. Nothing else comes close to this. So for the science nerds, Candy is, there's one. And so Susie. So there's 33 published peer-reviewed medical journal, high impact score, the real deal, gold standard, double-blind, placebo-controlled. There's all my nerd verbiage. But what it means is that when you're published in a really good journal, doctors take notice of that. And you don't just have to know what Juice Plus does in the body. It's been researched time and time again for the last 27 years. It's an incredible body of research. So I love that. But a lot of us actually prefer to know, well, what's it going to do for me? For all of you who just don't care about our research, what you're probably more interested in is, can it help me? What could it do for me, Linda? If I actually get these vegan capsules into my body, what's it going to do for me? Will it be like 3 extra cold pressed juices every day? And my answer is a strong yes. And we never know what it's going to do to your body in particular. We do know a lot of the common benefits as your body starts to heal. There is less inflammation. That's what we've got lots of science on. There is better gum and heart health. There is way more immune function. How about this? I'm just going to give you one little nerd fact here. In 28 days of taking these whole food concentrates, you get 4 times more antioxidants racing around in your bloodstream, knocking out the bad guys called free radicals. Free radicals give us wrinkles. Enough said. So you've got 4 times more protection against free radicals, which are causing the inflammation, the disease, the wrinkles, and everything else, all the havoc in our body. So that's pretty cool. I love that you love the facts too, Emma. So I can go on and on about that, but let me move right along because I'm already over time on products because I get way too excited. The other thing that meant so much to me personally, being a mum of 3, is that this company, the Juice Plus company, have a mission of inspiring healthy living around the world. They have a huge mission for kids' health. And there's a program called the Children's Health Study. It's the world's largest observational kids study. And what that means is we don't take the blood of the kids to test this stuff. Better still, we ask the parents, the caregivers, what they're noticing before and after our kids start taking Juice Plus. So first of all, the company give kids their Juice Plus free. I'm going to say it again because it's mind-blowing. The company Juice Plus, whenever an adult invests in their health, says, give me those, let's see what they're going to do for me, one child gets theirs free along with that adult. And it doesn't even have to be your own child. You might know a neighbour or a niece or a nephew. So I just love this. It's for up to 4 years, girls. 4 years, this company is believing in you and investing in your kids' health. It's pretty wild. So the company also knows that a lot of kids can't or won't swallow capsules. So they created these really cool little chewable versions. We call them the yummy gummies. All they do is simply take the powders from the capsule concentrate and they mix them with all natural plants, including tapioca, which gives this great chewy texture. And guess what? We notice the same incredible benefits with our kids. Less sickness, less days off school. They're eating less crap. They're craving more fruit and veggies. Those stories really, really light us up. So that's the chewables, and believe me, they're always empty at our house. I just put in another order because I can't keep up because we all eat these as well. Why wouldn't we? Just quickly back to the omegas. This was a game changer for me. When I suffered from anxiety and depression and migraines, the omegas is what kind of turned on my brain. This is just your direct hormone and brain food. It's lush. This is your hair, skin and nails. This is the plumpness and just an incredible all-round thing that most people on the planet are massively deficient in is the omegas. So one other product is I call it the Magic Nutrition Dust. Its official name is called Complete, because if I was to design a complete ideal meal or on-the-go incredible snack or perfect plate, it's got the ideal ratio of 7 different plant proteins, lots of incredible micronutrients, anti-inflammatory properties. I call it the Magic Nutrition Dust because there's something that makes me happy in this product. If I don't have my Complete, I just am not as happy and I don't eat as well for the rest of the day. So we love these. We make the protein balls out of them. We sprinkle them in everything. Healthy pancakes, raw balls, porridge, like we just throw it all over the place in our house. So it forms one of the major components of our healthy eating programs. So what I love about our community, we're not just saying, hey, good luck, here's your products. We know they're going to help you. What we love is actually our clean eating programs that go with the products. So when you try any Juice Plus product, you get a support team who are now looking out for your best interests. So we're there to answer questions, cheer you on and support you, inspire you on how to have more convenience, more consistency, and those top results that you're looking for in your health and wellness. So let me pop over now to some product stories to bring it to life, because if I just show of hands, how many people are already on Juice Plus? Yeah, a lot. So what I love is maybe if you put in the chat box for others who have no idea what any of this is, put your top 1 or 2 results for you and your family, why you won't go off it. The other thing is, you know, we never know what it's going to do in your body, but we have a healing hierarchy. Juice Plus, Mother Nature is going to heal what's needed most. So I love that. So if I asked every one of you, it's all going to be different. But there are definitely some common incredible benefits there. So let me see who I'm popping over to. Susie 40, there you are, right in front of me, gorgeous. I'm going to spotlight you. If you can come off mute and share with us, honey, what attracted you to Juice Plus? What have you noticed so far?
Yeah, hi everybody. So I came across Juice Plus probably about nearly 3 years ago. Um, I am someone who suffered from really poor iron levels through my life, and that was due to the lack of nutrition. So when I was probably about 15 years old, I was in the middle of high school and I decided I just didn't want to eat my meals. I was skipping my breakfast, I would throw my lunch in the bin, and then I would just eat my dinner. So my stomach actually shrunk and wasn't actually able to consume large amounts of food during the day, and therefore I got really low iron. What I didn't realise was that the impact that that had on me at the time was going to impact me in my adult health and through my pregnancies. So when I was pregnant with my third child, and I had shocking pregnancies, I was sick all the way through. I don't even know why they call it morning sickness because it was all day, every day, 24/7. I couldn't actually keep any of my food down, let alone even water. So like I said, when I was pregnant with my third child, I think I was probably about 7 months pregnant, and I was still in bed, falling over a bucket. I had two toddlers running around the house. So I noticed a Facebook post. One of my friends was actually, she's a mum of two. She was bouncing around with all this energy, and she looked like she hadn't even had a baby. You know, like she was so skinny, and I was like, "What are you on? Like, you know, tell me what are you doing differently that I'm not doing?" Because I was already on iron supplements, on two different iron supplements. I was, you know, on multivitamins, I was on vitamin C, magnesium, you name it, on like a whole like tub of vitamins just to keep me functioning. And she mentioned the fruit and veggie capsules. And I said, oh, okay. And, you know, she told me a little bit about them. And I thought, well, what have I got to lose, you know? I might as well give it a go. I gave it a go and I noticed in 3 weeks my energy picked up and my morning sickness subsided. So that was the first time in like 4 years I've been pregnant that I didn't feel sick and I was able to get out of bed, have a shower, and just felt human, which was fantastic. The biggest change that I probably noticed was after I had my daughter. I went to the doctor to get my routine, like 6 week routine checkup, and they did my iron levels checks as well, and he said for the first time between the age of 15 and 24, my iron levels were perfectly normal. And he said, what are you doing that's different? And I mentioned the capsules that I was taking, and he just said, keep taking them. Because since I've been on Juice Plus, I've no longer had to take any other supplements. I no longer have to have any iron infusions. I don't have to have any multivitamin. I barely ever get sick. And with 3 kids under 5, they were constantly bringing in sickness home from daycare, kinder, and I would get it
Yeah.
much worse because I was that run down. So now, because I've got this energy boost, I feel healthy. I follow the program. I do my detoxes every time I travel, so I can take care of the bloating and, you know, the cravings and stuff. My husband is on the shakes and he's noticed a difference as well in his energy levels when he takes the Juice Plus capsule, and he gets faster recovery from his gym sessions, which means that he can smash out even more exercise because he's such a gym junkie. And my kids take the tubes as well. My second son suffers from eczema, and we actually found just last week that the reason why his eczema has not had a full recovery, even on the Juice Plus tubes, was because he's actually allergic to dairy, eggs, you name it, nuts and stuff. So the JBT program was actually really helpful because they were full of vegan recipes that I could actually feed him without making too much of a change to his diet. And I've noticed in the last week, having taken a double dose of the cheese plus the recipe, his eczema is gone. And
Wow.
I'm just like, wow, like it's mind-boggling, just the power of fruit and veggies as a family. It's really amazing. So that was 3 years ago. I started on Juice Plus. I've actually joined the business about 13 months ago because it made sense to me. It supported the lifestyle. I became passionate about health. I became passionate about fitness, and I became really passionate about just living a healthy lifestyle. So the business for me has been a game changer because I'm deaf, and it's provided me an opportunity to actually go out in the world and not only prove that people with impairments can run a business from home as well as mums, but I'm able to change lives, save lives, and it's just really life-changing, whether you're on the product or in businesses. So that's me. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I always learn something new every time that I hear you speak, Susie. So thank you so much for sharing that. I love that it's been a complete lifestyle change for you and the whole family, that ripple effect that we're talking about. I'm going to cross really quickly to Barbie. You're going to share with us, honey. Go ahead.
Hi, thank you for having me. My story is I developed epilepsy in 1995 after a motor vehicle accident. Mum was an epileptic, really, really bad one, and she passed in 76. And when I had the MDA, I hit my head on the steering wheel and had a seizure there and then. So I had all these tests, MRI, CAT scans, and all that, medication after medication after medication. Then in about 2010, they just disappeared, like they were gone. No medication, they were just gone. They had no answer as to why. And I was a nursing assistant in an aged care home, and for some reason I had a seizure at work. And there was my job, my dream job, because it's all I ever wanted to do when I was little. I want to be a nurse. So I then just thought, oh, so depression set in, anxiety set in. I wasn't game enough to go outside because I'd already had 2 seizures in a shopping centre. And people just stop and stare, and there's not a lot of modesty if you've got a dress or something on when you have a seizure either. So I stopped going out the house. I was like literally starting to develop this phobia of even walking to the letterbox. Fast forwarding to 12 months ago, I've been with GJWHF Plus since the 1st of July. These products were offered to me, and after all the breaks and the fractures I've had, all sorts of stuff, like I was having 2 to 3 a day, sometimes less, at least 5 a week, and they were full on, you know, grand mal seizures, broken ankle, broken wrist, fractured nose, you know, the list goes on. And I thought, well, these have got to work. I've got to try something. So I just went, I got all the products in one hit, and then I looked at the opportunity and went, no, I'm sitting at home. I can't do anything. I've lost my license. The list goes on. And I thought, well, I can only try. If I do well and it works, well, hey. And if it didn't, I'd get my products cheaper. Up until about 4.5 months ago, and this is the raw and real part, I went to my doctor to have my normal blood results, and he just looked at me and said, wow, these are the best blood results I've seen. And he's been seeing me for about 3 years, 2 years. Then up until about 4 months ago, I haven't had, about 4 months, I haven't had a seizure. It is mind-blowing. It's like my husband and I went to the neurologist. He said, when was your last seizure? I told him, and he said, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. He said, because you've got this. He then told me I could have my license back, which was absolutely amazing. Like, you know, when you've been driving all your life and then you get, no, you can't drive, your independence is gone. So I will be forever grateful to the products. My husband has a back injury. He swears by the omegas and the shakes. That's his thing. Like, if he doesn't have his shake every day, and he actually adds egg to it. Don't ask me why, but I don't want to have egg with mine, but yeah.
Well done, Barbie. That's such an amazing story.
Thanks, Linda.
Thank you so much for that share. And here, you're getting the picture. We never know. It just does so much, but it's just fruits and veggies. So it just allows the body to heal what it needs to heal the most, across our families. So I'm now going to share, we're horribly over time, but I love these stories. So hopefully everyone can stay on for another 10 or 15 minutes while we share a little bit about what brings our heart to life is really women coming together behind a mission and a purpose where we get to say yes to more in a business, a work from anywhere business. So I'm going to hand over to my beautiful friend Katrina. She's going to debunk a few myths with us, go through, we're all skeptical at some stage. So take it away, honey. I'm going to pin you.
Hey guys, thank you so much. So many beautiful stories. I know there's too many beautiful stories, Linda. It's so hard to keep it on track.
I know.
But yeah, I get to talk about the business, and I love the product. Don't get me wrong. I think it's beautiful. I love helping women, especially families, feel better and get into that healthy buzz. But I absolutely love inspiring women to take their life back. And the business behind this beautiful product does that. So I'm just going to break down a few little myths that I had before I started this business. I think as ladies, we tend to doubt a lot. It's kind of been conditioned onto us from a young age. But I want to show you a little bit about how I became to make sense of this and what I found since starting. So I'm actually from a background of traditional business. I was a dance teacher and I owned a dance studio. But in order to own that dance studio, I had to save up thousands and thousands of dollars to get my foot in the door. So what I did coming out of school was I had a little retail job where I put aside a portion of my pay every week to get me those goals and dreams that I wanted. Now, I actually fell trapped to this system and I worked in here for 7 years. I did really love the CEO and I loved his family. They owned it. So they pretty much told us what to do every day, but they did kind of look after us quite well. What I found was that the system worked. We all worked really hard. We made money and the CEO, he used it, okay? It worked. I worked in here for 7 years and I managed to get right up to the top to a manager position. I have a really strong work ethic and I love if somebody gives me something, I'm going to give it my all. But I got quite frustrated because I realized that no matter how hard I worked in this system, if I didn't have a backup plan, this would have been my life. I would have been capped. I would have been limited at this position because there was nowhere to progress in this business model. Now, I know for a lot of us, if we're in a smaller model, we kind of only get to the middle here. And these people up the top are brought in from other companies. So there's not a lot of room to move. And we really do have to step over people to make it, to get recognized. Now, what I found with this is at the time, I was single, I was by myself, but I was swapping a lot of time for money. So every hour I would turn up and I would get paid my $23, I think it was, which was crazy because I was working my ass off for these guys. I was working long shifts. I was doing nighttime work. I was finishing at midnight sometimes and back the next morning at 8 o'clock. And I literally was working all of my spare time just to see him live out his goals and dreams. Now, for me, it kind of worked because I thought, well, I'm saving up. I've got my ticket to freedom, which was my dance studio. And what I did was I became the CEO. So what I found was when I was the CEO, and anybody who's had traditional business will kind of understand, it takes a good 5 to 10 years to build up enough of this structure to be able to have any of that freedom that you want. And even then, I felt like I was constantly in charge of an adult kindergarten. I was looking after all of the girls. I was constantly telling them where to do. They couldn't do anything without me. And my absolute moment, which was like the big door slammed in my face moment, was when I finally took my kids on holidays. So I took 2 weeks off, scheduled everything so that it wouldn't fall apart without me. But they literally called me every day to ask me silly questions like, where was the checkbook? How does so-and-so get paid? So-and-so hasn't turned up for their shift. What do I do? And it just wasn't working. Everything that was coming up to me was going out in bills instead of on my family's table. And I just wasn't seeing the point in either traditional business or being an employee for someone. Neither of them were working for me. So this opportunity landed in my lap at the most integral time because I was actually suffering from anxiety and depression because of that business model. It wasn't working for me. I was spending no time with my 2 children. By the time I owned my dance school, I had 2 little girls. One was a newborn. I actually went back to dancing the week after she was born because it couldn't survive without me. And the other was just about to go into school. So it meant that our life was chaotic and it just wasn't working. I was very sick because I was constantly stressed, constantly not having any money. And it was just a lot of, negativity. Now, our business model is brilliant. And I actually came into it through the products because of my depression and anxiety. I loved it. I've never seen anything else like it. We all start down the bottom, just like we normally do in traditional business. But what I loved was that there was unlimited potential at the top here. Our top position is called NMD. That's our CEO position. and it's unlimited. So unlike traditional models where there's just one person sitting at the top, every single person that enters has the option to reach there. And to me, that was so fair. It made sense. And I knew that I was a hard worker, so I really wanted to hit it as soon as possible. Now, my favorite thing about this structure is that I understand not everybody's like me. There are some women that literally just want to have an extra couple of $100 in their bank account so that they can put it aside for a family holiday or groceries or rego or something like that. So they can come in and you can earn a couple of $100 a month and chill out there. That's totally fine. You'll have the support and the system to do it. You can come in and out earn your original job and just work online full time, earn $4,000, $5,000 a month. Or you can come in and totally rock it and be able to change your whole life and earn a beautiful 6-figure income. And that was the chances that I saw this offer, and I really loved it because you got to do this in your own free time. You owned it. You know, nobody was telling you when to turn up, what to wear, how to look, what to do. Literally, you got to the top in this system by being yourself. And for me, that was something so liberating. I did kind of understand, though, that in this business model, it was about connecting with people. It was about knowing people and, you know, being able to help people. So my original thought was that I didn't know enough people to be able to be successful in something like this. But hopefully this destroys a little bit of that worry for you guys, because here's me at the top. This was exactly how my business worked out, right? So this was Miranda. She was one of my dance mums. And I put up my first post saying that I was going to try these products. And she said to me, hey, I'd love to know what you're doing. I've been really struggling lately. I need some more energy so that I can make it through my day. So Miranda jumped along to an event just like this, and she loved it. Not only did she love the product, but she signed up to the business with me as well. Then I had another beautiful lady who I'd never met before. She reached out to one of my business ads online where I said I was looking for people to work with me. Jo actually ran a family daycare, but she had massive dreams of getting in a caravan and traveling around Australia with her hubby. She couldn't do that doing family daycare because she was stuck and locked into a system. With this, it had the freedom to be able to just run. So she got interested and she jumped on board as well. Then what happened is these two girls introduced it. Miranda introduced it to her two sisters because they were both stay-at-home mums. And Jo found a lot of people who were online who were doing the same thing as her, who wanted to travel. Okay, and literally this is what happens. People talk to people who talk to people. I've met other people along the way, and everybody's business grows together because we've got a product that works and an opportunity that speaks for itself. Now, 2 years into the business, not only do I not do dancing anymore, I was out earning that wage by 6 months into this business. I now have a team of over 500 people just through the popcorn effect that we see here of people talking to people, and the beautiful word of mouth referral-based system that we have. So, how do we get paid, right? That's the fun questions. It's one of my favorites. You know, at the start, I was very skeptical because I had a lot of money blocks. I had a lot of things as a woman that I didn't feel like I was worthy to be able to create a 6-figure income. Who was I? I was a stay-at-home mum who had a dance business who was in the red every week. Who was I to be able to create a successful business? But with this model, I got to see something that I've never seen before, and I do know through what I've felt and seen here that within the next 10 years, this will become everything. It just makes too much sense for it not to be. So we get paid 3 ways. We get paid retail profit, we get paid performance bonus, and we also get paid just our regular bonuses. Now, this was amazing to me because it gave me 3 ways to make money. 3 ways. So it's not just like your boring old wage that you get to access 3 streams of income. Now, the cool thing about this is that all of the money comes from a very smart business that's been around for 3 decades that doesn't waste any money on advertising. Okay, so what they're doing is taking all the profit and giving it directly to the people who love the product, who are talking about it, who are showcasing their results. And to me, that's honest marketing. You're not paying a celebrity. You're not paying for endorsements. You're not paying for any of that. You're directly getting it into your bank account to help your family. So our bonuses, they work out really well. Our SDVF bonus is normally in your first 40 days, and it's a $400 bonus straight away. Now, because we're all about lifting and raising other people up, that's $400 for your teacher as well, for the person who's introducing you. Then we move on to SC, which is a $600 bonus, and $600 for the person who's helping you. Okay, then we've got SSC, which is a $1,200 bonus, $1,200 for the person who's teaching you. QNMD, $1,500 and $1,500. Now you don't really have to worry about these levels, but the most important thing is that they're exponential. Okay, so you can earn as many of these as you like a month. You can tick some off, you can help someone. You can tick someone off, you can help someone. You can help 6. Okay, so that's what's really cool, is that you have the opportunity and the potential to earn as much as you like. Now, our National Marketing Director is a $3,000 bonus. But what's really cool is at this level, in the second way that you're getting paid, you're roughly earning about a 6-figure income. Now, to me, it wasn't necessarily about the income. It was more the choices. It was about being able to drop my kids to school. It was about being able to pick them up, come to their recitals, take them to after school things, because I wasn't dropping them off at Nana's to go and do dance classes. It's those kind of choices that are the most impactful when we look at what our business model is, especially from a woman's prerogative, where we get to then own our time back. Not only can we stay at home and be awesome mums and wives, but we can also earn a little extra as well. So I think, Linda, we're going to shoot on over and hear some lovely stories from some.
Yeah, I'm going to pop on Kyla, spotlighting you, honey.
Hi. Hi, everyone. My name is Kyla Edwards, and I have been with the Juice Plus company for 3 years now. I'm at the NMD position. I'm going to talk about 5 years ago, because 5 years ago I was a corporate boss babe. I was working Monday to Friday, 7 to 7. I was working weekends with my BlackBerry in my phone, and my fiance didn't even know who I was. So that was my life. And then I became pregnant, and I told my boss I'd be back when baby's 12, because I am, I'm going to the top of this company. That's who I am. That's where I want to be in my life. And I would be bored stupid at home with a child. And then she was born, and everything changed. My whole world was flipped upside down, and this maternal instinct in me kicked in, and the idea of leaving her with anyone from the second she was born brought me to tears. It really brought me to tears. I had anxiety about having to leave her, and I spent my 12 months of maternity leave dreading the day that I had to go back to work. So 12 months rolled around, and my fiance said, all right, honey, you need to help out with some finances. I know you don't want to go back to corporate, but you've got to do something. So I found some work from home, and not all stay-at-home work is equal. I started doing BD, business development. I was cold calling other companies and trying to sell a recruitment service like what I used to do. And doing that kind of work is during the day, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. So I had to have this gorgeous little toddler running around asking mummy to play, and I had to tell her to go away. I had to tell her to shush and leave mummy alone because mummy was working. And that wasn't the mum I wanted to be for a start, but the look in her eyes when her mum was telling her to shush and go away, that killed me. She would have been better off in daycare. So I stumbled across Juice Plus via a Facebook post. I had no idea what the product was. I didn't believe it would do anything, but I gave it a go because I was so tired and obviously full of anxiety and so stressed and just so stretched. The products were amazing for me. The business just made so much sense. So I jumped straight in. 3 years down the track, I own my life. There's a person running around out there, and she can come in here and sit on my knee. There's a baby asleep, and when she wakes up, I can cuddle her, and I can work when I want, how I want, the way I want, with my children by my side. This business has been a gift for my family, and it has honestly changed our lives. I get to be the mum I want to be, but I also get to be the woman that I used to be, shopping when I want, spending when I want, taking my family on holidays, and truly I've got the best of both worlds now. I have Kyla and I have mummy, and it's the same person, and my life is incredible. So that's my story.
Wow. Thank you. You make me emotional. I love all the different things that this business can give us. I'm going to cross to one more really quick one. Amanda, your story is pretty incredible about building from anywhere in the world, and just finding like-minded women that really want to create more in their life. I'm just going to hop over to you, honey. I know that we're well over time, but these stories are just filling our hearts today, and that's what I promised everyone. Go ahead. Can you unmute yourself, honey?
Can you hear me, guys? Yeah,
Yes.
I'm muted. Oh, great. Thanks, Linda. Yeah, hi, everyone. My name's Amanda, and I live in the U.S. right now. But I found this business 5 years ago, and I was at a point where I was just feeling a bit lost. I'm a physical therapist by training. I've always loved helping people get healthier, but I had sort of lost my mojo. I was a mom of 2 little boys. They were 3 and 5. Pretty much life was just going to work at a hospital and putting these scrubs on that I hated, these ugly black shoes, those Dansko shoes. If you're in the healthcare professional, I wanted to throw those away every time. And I'd go home, and it felt like Groundhog's Day every day. And I was hungry for something, for change, for community. So I'd never heard of Juice Plus. I'd never heard of the products, the community, the business. I wasn't looking for to sell anything or to join something like this. But what I did is I said yes to the products because they made sense. And I said yes to going to a conference. And when I walked into, if you haven't been to a conference or you haven't been to one of our conferences, they're just fun zones. They're amazing. We have speakers that just light you up. And I got into that room and I felt like I'd found my people. Like, where have these people been all my life? They are the ones I want to be around. And so I just started building my business slowly over time. And over the past 5 years, we've moved a lot. We've moved actually 15 times in 11 years. I counted the other day, but as a family, we've moved to Uganda. For the last 3 years, we just had a big stint in Uganda, and it was incredible for our family. And I got to take this business right along with me and grow it. And we're in 29 countries. I was able to meet people from all over the world, and I have a lot of team in different countries now. And I'm so grateful for this business model, because if not, I don't know where I'd be right now, because I just couldn't imagine the next 20, 30 years being in that same Groundhog's Day mode. And it was really scary. So I'm forever grateful that I said yes to something I had no idea what I was going to be a part of, but it's been one of the best decisions, and so thankful for this community.
Oh, that's gorgeous, honey. Well done. I will wrap up really quickly here now. One of my friends asked me when I was looking at this, what if? Because I had all the reasons why not. I was skeptical. Could I really do this? I don't want to hunt people down. I don't know how to sell. And as you can see, each of our beautiful speakers and people sharing stories, it's not about that. It's actually about helping. It's about asking others, what if? It's about creating the life that you love around the things that you value the most. So whoever has invited you to take a look at this, whether it's the recording or you're on live today, ask yourself, what if? What if you could create another income? What if you could help others with a better health for their family and themselves? What if you could start to bring back more of yes in people's lives? It's pretty cool when we get to be dream keepers for ourselves, and then to help others do that is pretty amazing. I've been doing this 10 years now, and it's brought us so much financial abundance. I was able to retire my husband 2 years ago. He's in our business, and we get to spend about 60 hours more a week with our kids between us, and that's been really life-changing for us, let alone all the travel adventures and abundance that we get to experience as well. But I'm here to ask you, what if? What if you can feel this? I'm sure you can't deny that the stories are real. And what if this, simple product and a tried and proven business that's been around for more than 47 years, an incredible company that you get to link arms with. What if you could partner with us too? We invite you to come and dream with us of what if, and we will answer all the questions that you need in the time that you need that. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for the gorgeous speakers and for sharing your heart and your stories today, ladies. I'm very, very grateful for each and every one of you. Mwah. Bye, everyone.